my name is James and today we're going to be cooking tandoori chicken. Tandoori chicken is of course an Indian food, but it's also found in many places throughout Southeast Asia and not only on the Indian subcontinent. Now tandoori chicken is famous because it's a very simple recipe except for its exotic blend of spices. So that's really the only thing that makes this a difficult dish, is finding the spices. It's named tandoori chicken because of the way it's actually produced and cooked. It's cooked in a clay pot that's called the tandoor. And so you would usually have wood burning at the bottom of the clay pot and then like a grill. And so that clay pot gives it that earthy, real nice texture and tone to the flavor. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We do not have a tandoor, but we're going to try our best. So here we go. We're ready to start cooking here. So the first thing I did was I used a juicer on 2 lemons. So I cut them in half and drained the juice of 2 lemons into this bowl here. And then I just went ahead and mixed it with about 4 teaspoons of paprika. Now this is going to give it that smoky flavor that we couldn't quite get because we don't have a tandoor. And so, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but the lemon and the smokiness from the paprika work really well. And then I also have a red onion, a large red onion here, finely minced. So we're going to go ahead and combine that into the bowl. Now for the chicken, we're just going to do chicken thighs. So I went ahead and washed these all, patted them dry. And then I just took my knife and I cut just lines in the chicken. That allows the marinade to penetrate a little bit better. Just 3 slashes in there. It breaks the skin, allows that marinade to get really in there nice and deep. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our red onion mixture here with the lemon juice and the paprika. And we're going to mix it in with our chicken here. And we're just going to let that sit for about 10 minutes. To get a head start on the marinade here. So I'm just going to mix that up with my hand. And then we'll just put it right into the chicken pan here. And so this will help give it a little bit more of that red smoky flavor that the clay pot will usually give off. Now, I love trying new things. I know, you look at a guy like me and you think, as an old guy, probably like, he doesn't get out much, doesn't do much, hasn't seen much, but I've been around the world and I like doing different things. I love trying new foods, and so today, this is actually the first time I've ever tried to cook this. So, learned a little bit about Indian cuisine, and hopefully we'll learn a little bit about the culture. So we're just going to go ahead and mix that in, and then we will set that aside while we make the bulk of the marinade. Okay, so now we're going to make our marinade here. I'm going to start off with 300 milliliters. That's about 1.2 cups of plain yogurt. We're just going to fold that into the bowl here. And this is going to act as the base for our marinade. Who doesn't love some yogurt? This is just plain yogurt or Greek yogurt. I wouldn't get too bold and adventurous the type or flavor of yogurt you're going to use here. So next we have the equivalent to one large chunk of ginger here. I use the shortcut method and just used it out of a tube. You can buy that, I think it's about $4 for a pre-minced tube of ginger paste. And then next we just have about 4 cloves or about a tablespoon of crushed garlic, finely minced. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. It's pretty standard stuff here. A little bit of ginger, a little bit of garlic, nothing too crazy. So the next, this is where we get to play with something new, where we get to learn a little bit here. So this is called garam masala. It's actually a spice blend. It's got many different spices: coriander, cumin, ginger, cassia, black pepper, and the mysterious cloves. So we're going to put about 3/4 of a teaspoon into our mix here. So that's 1/4, 2, 3, and just a little extra because, you know, we really want to make sure we get that flavor going through. So kind of the sweetness from the clove, that'll help really give us Indian flavor. So next we're going to do about equal amounts of cumin. Now you got to remember, India was always along the Silk Road or spice trades. So when colonization from the British and the Dutch actually happened, it was because of spices. The curry being the most famous one. So we're going to do 3/4 tablespoons here, or teaspoons, I'm sorry. So equal parts. And so most of the colonial history revolves around these spices, specifically cloves and curry. So next we're going to do 1/2 a teaspoon of chili powder. So we're going to do this will give it a little kick. This, because I like spicy things and I like sweet and spicy, this is actually Mexican chili powder. There's a little bit extra oomph behind it. And then we're also going to do 1/4 teaspoon of another kind of semi-exotic spice, and that is turmeric. So that's got a great color. It's like this brown orange brick kind of color. Smells great. How can you not love this stuff? Alright, so now we're going to take this and just fold it all into one. Nice yogurty deliciousness marinade. Now you could probably get away with letting this sit for, I don't know, an hour at least. You know, let it sit and let the chicken come up to room temperature before you grill or bake it or broil it. But I'm going to let it sit overnight. So we have our chicken that's been sitting in the lemon and the onion and the paprika. And now we're just going to go ahead and fold this over the chicken. So yeah, we're just going to get in there. And this is the part the kids will really love. Get in there, get messy with it, and try and distribute this yogurt out there. So yeah, the main kind of ingredient that you might have a little trouble finding them is the garam masala or masala. Now you can actually buy tandoori masala pre-made, and it's just got some of the other spices that we added separately. It's got the paprika, and so it's kind of like a pre-mixed, but we decided to go ahead and mix it ourselves. Okay, so that's the marinade. So to recap, we did, well, we made a mess. That's what we did, but we had a lot of fun, and I can tell it's going to be some great food. So we're going to let this marinate, and then we'll see you tomorrow when we actually get to cook and eat. Okay, so here we are. It's been a day. We let these pieces of chicken marinate overnight. So now we're going to transfer them into a grill pan, which is just that cookie sheet with a grill rack on it. And the way we're going to cook these is we're going to broil them on high for about 5 minutes on each side. And we're going to use the thermometer to check the temperature of the chicken. And if it's still not completely done, then we could switch it from the broiler back to the oven just to make sure that everything's completely cooked. So right now I'm just going to place it on there, and then we'll go ahead and throw them in the oven. So I went ahead and did about 7 minutes on each side on the broiler on high. Started with the underside, flipped the skin side up, and then I put it up the oven on 400 for about 20 minutes, and that gives us our final product here, the Americanized chicken tandoori. Serve this on a long grain white rice. Basmati rice would be traditional for Indian food, but I already had long grain white, which basmati is a long grain white, so I figured good enough. So let's go ahead and give a taste to our final product, see how it all came out. As you can see, it's not quite as red as traditional tandoori chicken usually is. That's because we didn't have our clay pot, our tandoor. And that is really good. Needs a little salt, but other than that, it's excellent. So that concludes our video, and hope you'll try this and enjoy it as much as I do.